Ethan Lewis, 34, believed he had built a relationship on trust and mutual care. He worked in a healthcare software company in San Diego. Steady income, peaceful life. His girlfriend, Maya Collins, was 31 and full of energy when they met at a networking event. Back then, she worked in marketing for a tech firm, had her own apartment, and always seemed composed. Ethan admired her confidence. "You're different," he told her once, and she smiled. They spoke of marriage in a home by the coast. But 2 years later, Maya lost her job to company layoffs. Her world collapsed overnight. Ethan comforted her, held her while she cried, and promised, "We'll get through this." She started freelancing, juggling marketing gigs and social media work, but her income became unpredictable. Ethan helped with groceries, rent, even dinners. "You're my partner," he told her. "I've got you." He meant it sincerely. For months later, Maya texted him nervously. "Can we talk? I need help." Over dinner, she explained her car needed repairs, rent was due, and bills were stacking up. "I just need $4,000. I'll pay you back when my tax refund comes," she promised. Ethan didn't hesitate. "Of course. I'll send it tonight." He transferred the money and texted afterward. "No rush. Love you." Maya replied, "You're saving my life. Thank you." But weeks passed, then months. When Maya eventually received her tax refund, she said nothing about repayment. Ethan waited patiently, assuming she was sorting priorities. Finally, he asked gently one evening, "Hey, about that refund, should we set a plan for the loan?" Maya's face hardened. "I told you I'll pay when I can." "You're pressuring me, Ethan." Her tone stung. "I'm just asking," he said quietly. She crossed her arms. "You don't trust me, do you?" The conversation ended cold. Over time, Ethan noticed subtle changes. Maya, supposedly broke, appeared with designer handbags, new dresses, and fresh hair extensions. "You look great," he said once, though unease sat heavy in his stomach. She laughed. "Retail therapy, you know?" He began realizing she lived lavishly while avoiding the debt she owed him. When he tried again to discuss repayment, she grew defensive. "You're being unsupportive," she snapped. "You said you loved me." Ethan backed off, feeling guilty for even asking. But beneath that guilt brewed doubt, and then came betrayal. One evening, while ordering food on Maya's phone, he accidentally opened her messages. A notification from a man named Chris flashed. "Can't wait to see you again tonight, Red Heart." His pulse froze. He scrolled further. Photos, hotel details, flirty chats. 6 weeks of deceit. When he confronted her, she glared. "You had no right to go through my phone." "So it's true," he whispered. "Maybe," she shrugged. "We've been done for months." That night, Ethan ended things. "Take your things and leave," he said quietly. She packed with indifference. Before she walked out, he stopped her. "Maya, you still owe me $4,000. She turned slowly, eyes sharp. "You're really bringing that up now." "You borrowed it," he said firmly. "You promised to repay." Her voice turned cold. "You're making me uncomfortable." Ethan frowned. "I just want a plan." "You're being aggressive," she said suddenly. "You're scaring me." Ethan blinked, confused. "I'm calm," he said softly. "I just need clarity." She picked up her bag. "I need space," she said and stormed out. Ethan stood alone in the quiet apartment, replaying her words. Aggressive. Unsafe. It didn't make sense, but it wouldn't be the last time she used them against him. Weeks passed. Ethan texted once more. "Can we discuss repayment?" Her reply came cold. "Stop harassing me." Shocked, he typed back, "This isn't harassment. It's about the loan you owe." She didn't respond. Frustrated, Ethan decided to visit her home one evening. He knocked gently. "Maya, I just want to talk." No answer. "Please open the door." "I'm not leaving until we talk this through." Silence. A shadow moved behind the curtain, but she never came out. After 10 minutes, Ethan sighed and left. 3 days later, a man in a suit knocked on his door and handed him a legal envelope. Temporary restraining order. Maya had accused him of harassment and threats. The document cited his visit as aggressive and unsafe behavior. Ethan sat on his couch staring at the paper, disbelief flooding his chest. She's turning this into a weapon. Ethan's first reaction was fury. He wanted to call her, shout, demand answers, but he stopped. Violating the restraining order meant arrest. Instead, he grew methodical. He saved every message, every bank transfer, every promise Maya made in writing. He printed them all and labeled each page carefully. Then he hired a civil attorney, a calm woman named Lauren, who studied the documents for an hour before saying, "You have a strong case, Ethan, but you must follow the order perfectly. No contact whatsoever. Even if she lies about me." "Especially then," Lauren warned. "Let her think she's won. We'll win in court." Ethan nodded grimly. He blocked Maya's number, deleted her from social media, and vanished from her world. But he also filed his own small claims case for the $4,000 loan. "If she wants to fight legally," he muttered, "then we'll do it legally." 3 weeks later, the restraining order hearing arrived. The courtroom felt cold. Maya sat across from him, polished and rehearsed beside her attorney. Her lawyer painted Ethan as a harassing ex who refused to let go. The judge, an older woman, listened patiently, then asked, "Any threats made?" Maya's lawyer hesitated. His tone was threatening. "Your Honor." "Explicit threats?" the judge pressed. "No, but his presence made her fearful." The judge raised an eyebrow. Ethan's attorney stood calmly. "Your Honor, this order is based on a lie. Mr. Lewis loaned Ms. Collins $4,000 with written proof and requested repayment. This is a debt dispute, not harassment." She presented the full text history, the bank transfers, the promise to repay from the tax refund. The judge read for several minutes, then looked at Maya. "Did he ever threaten to harm you?" Maya's silence filled the room. The judge exhaled heavily. "Ms. Collins, restraining orders are for protection, not revenge. You owe this man $4,000. He's using proper legal channels. This case is dismissed." She slammed the gavel. Maya froze, her expression stunned. Ethan exhaled for the first time in weeks. His attorney smiled faintly. "We're clear. Now we pursue the debt." 3 weeks later, they met again, this time in small claims court. A new judge presided. Ethan presented all his evidence, text transfers, and her written promise to repay. Maya, representing herself, tried to spin it emotionally. "It was a gift," she claimed. The judge frowned. "Do you have any proof of that?" "No," she muttered. "Did you promise repayment?" "Yes, but then you owe him." The judge cut in. The final judgment. Maya must pay $4,075. She left red-faced and furious. Ethan finally felt vindicated. 30 days passed. No payment came. Ethan checked his account every week. Nothing. So he met with Lauren again. She ignored the judgment, he said. "Then we garnish your wages," Lauren replied. Through light research, they discovered Maya now worked full-time at a marketing agency. The court approved the garnishment order. Within 6 weeks, a portion of her paycheck began automatically transferring to Ethan. He received the first payment with quiet satisfaction. Then another. Then another. "So this is justice," he said one night, staring at the notice. Month after month, her money arrived. She had no choice. Every payday was a reminder that her manipulation had failed. Ethan's dignity was restored, not through anger, but through patience and law. As the months rolled on, Ethan reflected on the ordeal. Maya had tried to destroy him with lies, but truth had carried more weight than rage ever could. He'd obeyed the law, stayed calm, and let evidence speak louder than emotion. "You win by being steady," he told a friend later, "not by shouting." Both court cases now stood on public record. Her false restraining order dismissed, his claim fully upheld. Anyone who searched her name would find both. Justice, slow and silent, had caught up. He thought of the lesson often: document everything, stay calm, trust the system. "Sometimes the best revenge," he said quietly, "is letting their own lies destroy them." Under the golden San Diego sunset, Ethan smiled faintly. He hadn't just won a case, he'd won back his peace.